Well, good morning, you guys. It's Crystal here from Homemaking on the Homestead. Well, it's actually getting to be afternoon. I have been trying to get this video made for the last couple of hours, and it's not because of procrastination that I didn't get it done until now. It is because of a power outage, but I think we're over that now. I guess some wind blew a tree down on the power lines, and now they've got it fixed. So hopefully our day can keep moving forward. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 tips to overcome procrastination. I tell you, procrastination is one very difficult thing sometimes to overcome. It's actually something that I have dealt with a lot in my years. I don't know, there's all kinds of, reasons why we procrastinate. But no matter what the reason is, it's very frustrating to not be able to get something done because you're fighting yourself. I think procrastination is more of a mental thing than maybe always a physical thing. Sometimes it is, but sometimes we just have to get our mind in the right place, the right gear that says, hey, I want this more than I don't want it. Procrastination has some very negative effects in our life. I always like to say it creates for me analysis paralysis. If I do this, then this won't get done, but then if I go do this, I might not be able to get that done, or this project is so big, maybe today isn't the day to do it. Maybe I need to do that tomorrow. There are just all kinds of reasons why we might procrastinate and end up in analysis paralysis. The other thing about procrastination is that it can tend to make us feel very overwhelmed. All of a sudden, everything starts piling up because we're not moving forward. And sometimes it is just one thing that is preventing us from moving forward. Like a phone call that we need to make and we just don't want to do it. Or maybe it is a cluttered closet that we need to deal with, and every time we open that door, we see it, we're stuffing things back in there, and we know we need to deal with this, but we just keep putting it off. It can make us feel stressed, and eventually we learn to just function in this straight or dysfunction, I guess you could say, in this stressed out state of mind. And it becomes like our norm. So we don't do things until we hit that norm of being stressed out by something. Well, I'm going to share some things today that have helped me over the years to overcome procrastination. And I am not perfect. I still battle it from time to time, and I still sometimes have to go back to these tips in my own life and positively put them into action. So here we go. Number one is have a plan. Make a plan, make a list. Typically on Sunday evening, I will jot down what my plan for the week is, what kind of things I want to accomplish, what goals do I want to accomplish, and then from that I will add to that list things that I have either put off or I don't want to get into the state where I'm going to put them off because I know it's a job maybe I don't really enjoy doing, or whatever my reasoning might be. But I think it's important to have a plan and to make yourself a list of the things that need to be done. The other thing that will just kill my motivation and cause me to procrastinate are distractions, whether that is my phone, social media, anything that I have control of to prevent. I try to eliminate those distractions. If I'm serious about taking charge and getting to those things that are on that list, I have to remove these distractions from my life. One of the things that I do, which I think has been very helpful to me, I know it has been very helpful to me, is I turn off my notifications and turn my sound off on my phone. I can check my phone when it works for me to see if anybody has sent me a text or a message, or if there's something that needs my attention. But I do not need to have my phone going off, beeping here and there, and me running to it and giving that attention over the things in my life that are more important at that moment. Number 3, when you are ready to tackle your projects or your things on your list, do the thing that is bothering you the most first. Get it out of the way. If it is making that phone call, make that phone call. If it is cleaning up something, dealing with something, determine to do that first. You will be surprised at the level of stress that just gets lifted up off your shoulders once that project that has been on your mind, that you've been thinking about for way too long, is done. And prepare for that. On your list, when you make your plan, dedicate maybe an hour to getting it done. If it's going to take an hour, or even if it's going to take longer, at least you can start the project. But dedicate an hour, dedicate some time to getting the bothersome things off of your list, the things that are causing you stress and that you've been procrastinating about. Dedicate some time to that project. You'll feel a whole lot better when you get at least even a little bit of something done. Number 5, if you have several things that have been causing you to procrastinate, it's really important that you only focus on one thing at a time. If you try to focus on more than one thing at a time, you're not going to make any progress, most likely, and you're going to just be taking stabs at everything and walk away after that 1 hour or that dedicated time not having accomplished anything. So just focus on one thing to help you get through that list. Number 6, break down overwhelming projects into bite-sized pieces. If you have a job like decluttering a closet or reorganizing a closet, take it into small steps. You know, maybe on day 1 you're going to just tackle 2 or 3 of the shelves. Maybe on day 2 you'll tackle another couple of shelves. Maybe on day 3 you'll give everything a good cleaning and then focus on reorganizing it in a way that makes sense. Whatever the project is, break it down into small pieces and that are manageable, that you feel like you can handle. That way you're not looking at a whole big large project and deciding, I'm going to just keep putting this off. Number 7 is one that I have dealt with a lot. Don't overcomplicate your project. If you're working on cleaning out a closet, it doesn't mean that you have to start by giving the whole room that the closet is in a deep cleaning and making yourself feel like, well, I can't tackle that closet until I have done a deep cleaning on this room. That room can be put on the list too, and that room can be dealt with in bite-sized pieces. But just keep your focus simple as simple as you possibly can. Number 8, perfection does not need to be your goal. When you are dealing with a lot of things that need to be tackled, or even just a few things, it is really easy to make them, it pretty much goes along with the first one, but it doesn't need to be perfect. As long as you can get the main portion of your job done and meet that goal, that's going to make you feel a whole lot better. Number 9 is to tell somebody what your goal is. It could be your friend, it could be your husband, but speak it verbally to tell them what your goal is. My goal this week is to declutter and organize that closet. Once you tell them your goal, then you have some accountability. You can let them know how you're doing on the goal as the week progresses, and they can enjoy your success at the end of the week when they can see your nicely organized closet. And number 10 is my favorite. Once you have crossed off those things off your list, you have put check marks by the things, and you no longer are feeling that overwhelming sense of weight that comes from putting things off, reward yourself. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, you know. You could just go get some fresh flowers for your table. You could take some time now to sit down and to read a book instead of doing the book reading when you know you should be doing the other things. That's another distraction. It could be a pretty tablecloth on your table. It could be something small that makes you feel happy as a reward for accomplishing your goals. So I don't know if I'm the only one, I doubt it, that has struggled with procrastination over time, but I'm really hopeful that some of these tips will help you. Like I said, these are tips that I use and have used over the years that help me get past the mindset of I just don't want to. I'm just going to put it off because, like I said at the beginning, I really think that a lot of procrastination is in the way that we are viewing the projects or viewing the tasks that need to be completed. And we have to change that mindset and be proactive in how we deal with it. You know, they say it takes so many days, I don't know whether it's 3 weeks, 4 weeks to change a habit. And I think that habit of not allowing things to become something that we put off is really valuable. And having a way to deal with it so that when we sense ourselves dealing with procrastination, we can nip it in the bud. We can stop it before it happens and say, no, I'm just going to put this on the list, and then I'm going to deal with this as I progress through the list this week. I hope some of these tips have given you some insight on how to be able to tackle difficult things and overcome your procrastination. Let me know if any of my tips were helpful or not. And if you did find this video helpful, could you please give it a like? That really helps me a lot, and I appreciate it so much. All right, you guys, that is all for this video, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye-bye.